Hey, what's up? I'm X, and you read that title correctly, you scurvy dog. I'm going to hold your hand, and we are going to get you 61 combat achievement points through very room-specific tasks at the Chambers of Xeric. If you don't know how to get to the Chambers of Xeric, that's not a combat achievement, so I won't be covering it. I'm going to be breaking down each room into what I think is digestible information to help you get these combat achievements as fast as possible. Please do not discount yourself from thinking you can't do these. I promise that they are very easy and you will be capable of doing them. If you'd like to do this with friends, it can be a lot of fun and in a lot of ways easier. Your friends can also carry you through a lot of these challenges for the most part as well. But I'm still going to show you what to do just in case you don't have any friends. If you're ever needing anything at all, my private in-game is always on and you can join my clan Dream and ask me anything there as well. And if this video helps you or you just want to help me not take an additional shift every week, please like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. Before we get into the rooms, however, there's some things I think you should know. To get into a raid, you must join a friends chat that you are ranked either recruit or higher in. Go up to this red board here and press make party and run into the big doors. A big layout should show up somewhere on your screen displaying what the raid has in it. If the raid is not what you're looking for, press start raid and then leave the raid. If you don't start the raid, you might run into some delays when you try to reform the party. You may also want to enable the combat achievement failure notification in your game settings. In almost all of these clips, I am doing this scouting method to find raids where the room I want is the first in order. I'm gonna start with what I consider to be the easiest tasks and we'll move up from there. Let's get started with the Guardians. The task we'll be doing here is called Dancing with Statues. All you need to do is not get hit by the falling rock attack that they do if you linger too close to them for too long. Make sure that you're in maxed melee gear with a pickaxe and make sure that that pickaxe is set to smash. Drink a super combat and keep 2 tiles gap between yourself and the Guardian. You can really take as much time as you want when attacking these guys, but being too fast will cause issues. You want to go roughly after they have put their sword back upright. Simply click them, run back to your starting tile, and do this until they're dead. Combat achievement completed. Next up, let's do Shamans. The task we're going for here is called Shazian Specialist. You must kill a Lizardman Shaman without taking avoidable damage. Easiest way to do this is to grab your longest range weapon and shoot while pressed up against the walls. If the Lizardman cocks his shoulders back, be ready to run a couple tiles in the opposite direction. So long as you're praying range here, the only things that can hurt you are his little purple minions, which you just have to stay away from before they explode, and his big goopy spit attack. You can also safe spot them by standing in areas like this, or have a friend safe spot them while you just shoot them. Ice Demon, while being one of the lamest rooms in CoX, actually has some of the most combat achievements attached to it, and we can do them all in one go with the help from a friend. You don't need to have a friend, but you will certainly want one to get this all done in one go. Put on your best magic gear and be on the standard spellbook with some kind of fire spell. A Tome of Fire works really well here. Bringing a good axe along here doesn't hurt either. Cut the kindling in the hallway and use the tinderbox to light the braziers by the Ice Demon. Keep doing this until his blue bar is about to go green, at which point you are going to run to the lighter wall and stand in the 3-tile cove for safety. Your friend will stand on the opposite side, and prepare to run 2 tiles at a time whenever they see a snowball. Or just tank it, I'm not your mom, I don't care. The tasks you're doing here are Blizzard Dodger, Kill It with Fire, and Cryo No More, which involve not taking any damage, making the final hit on him be a fire spell, and not ever turning on Protect from range. Your teammate can do just about whatever they want. They will not fail this challenge for you. Now let's do Tightrope. This challenge is called No Time for Death, and it will make you feel the coolest of all of these challenges thus far. All you have to do is complete the Tightrope room without killing any of the monsters on the platform. You have to grab the keystone on the other side and use it on the barrier to complete this room. Problem is that these monsters will shoot you. So what you will do is grab a whole lot of phoenix necklaces, or have your friends tag them while you cross. Put on a phoenix necklace and some mildly strong magic protection items such as D'hide or Armadillo, pray range and cross the rope. When you get to the other side is when the time is really on. You must grab the crystal and then quickly put on another necklace and click the rope again. If the monsters actually show their hit splats on you before you click the rope, you were too slow. They aren't particularly strong in solos, and you will still probably be okay. Here's a clip of me messing that up and still getting it. For Muttadile, the task we have is called Muttadiet, and all you have to do is make sure that the Muttadiles just don't bite the tree. They heal from the tree at about 40% of their HP, so if you just don't hit them and cut that tree down, you can guarantee the completion of this challenge. Alternatively, you can freeze them when they're heading there, but the timing is a lot tighter if you're not used to it. Bring an axe and a decent range setup and cut the tree. If the baby starts to bite you, simply run to the other side of the tree. Otherwise, pray range. If you need to eat while chopping, wait until you receive an XP drop to not interrupt the chopping cycle. Once the tree is chopped, simply kill the baby and the mom in whatever fashion you like. Just stay out of their melee ranges and you'll be okay. Our next room is crabs, and the task is called Playing with Lasers. This task is usually completed by most people on accident, as someone else in their raid completes this room while they get the task by accident. If that doesn't apply to you, here's what you do. The task details say that you must complete this room with no mistakes after the first crystal has been cleared. Bring a hammer or use the one provided at the start of the room and figure out what ways the crabs need to be positioned to act as mirrors to bounce the little white orb into the corresponding crystal. There is a tile pack in the Tile Packs plugin that will highlight the correct tiles as well as the color they need to be. Yellow crystal requires mage/blue. The purple crystal requires range/green. The blue crystal requires melee/red. And the black crystal requires white and no attack style at all. Simply get an idea of where everything needs to go and what you have to hit the crabs with, and then do your first crystal. That's when your time will start. If you're solo, try right-clicking and using the smash option to keep them in place. This will make them red, so be aware of that. Also keep in mind that the time that they stay in place is dependent on how many players there are in the raid. If you're solo, they can stand there for about 45 seconds. I know that many people fear the name Vespula, but they really don't know how easy this room actually is. We're going to go for the task Redemption Enthusiast. And like the name would imply, you want to make sure that your quick prayers are set to Redemption as well as your offensive prayer. All you need to do in this room is destroy Vespula's portal without her ever landing. To do this, bring a good range setup or good mage setup if you don't have something that will reach. Bring a stamina and a couple prayer potions. You're going to want to full send into this room, as this often results in her never actually trying to land. When in the room, you will have to attack the portal with Redemption on. Run to this tile here that I have marked, and once you've reached it, attack the portal again. Once you attack, run back to the tile. Repeat this until your redemption goes off. When it does, sip a prayer potion, turn your redemption back on, and continue as before. In the same vein as Vespula, we have the very feared Vanguards. Vanguards have a reputation for being kind of annoying, but honestly they're kind of fun. The tasks we're going for here are Together We'll Fall and Perfectly Balanced, which require you to kill the Vanguards all within 10 seconds of each other and making sure they don't ever reset their HP. Each Vanguard is a different attack style and needs to be hit with the opposite attack style, all while keeping all of them within 33% of each other's health. We will chip away at the Vanguards until they're all about 30 HP or so, at which point you will wait for them to dig, and when they surface, go absolutely fucking berserk on all of them. This is very fun to do with friends. The next 3 tasks are a little more challenging than the other rooms have been, and having a team for them can be nice for carries, but you don't need those because you're a very strong and handsome boy. Let's start with Stop, Drop, and Roll with Vasa. In this challenge, you have to kill Vasa quickly. You get about 2 crystals of clearance normally. Having Vengeance here is nice as it's when you start the room, Vasa will teleport you to the middle and blow you up for about all but 5 of your HP. I like to bring a Phoenix necklace for this so that 5 HP turns into 30 for some comfort. Spam click Vasa after this to start shooting as soon as you're blown up, and then start moving back from him. He's gonna start throwing rocks at you that land with AoE damage. Simply move 2 tiles at a time and keep shooting at him. If he's walking towards you, it's normally easier to run through him than to take more damage. If he docks at a crystal, put on your melee gear and start stabbing the crystal as fast as you can. When the crystal dies, back to shooting him as usual. Repeat this process until he dies. If he leaves a crystal early, he will start heading to the middle to teleport you a second time. If he does this, you will fail the challenge and need to restart. Lastly, we have the most handsome boy, Tekton. His tasks are Blind Spot and Anvil No More, which require you to kill him before he returns to his anvil 2 times and to kill him without taking damage. You want to be in your best melee gear here, with a defense-reducing special attack weapon such as a hammer or a Bandos Godsword. You want to be moving around Tekton like this. You may find it beneficial to mark him so that you can see how large he actually is. Hit him on the last tile of each of his sides, and then move to the other side. Using crush weapons is ideal, but not necessary. If he does make it back to the anvil, during the spark phase, simply wait until you see sparks start to head your way, and then move 2 tiles from where you were standing. I like to make a little square personally, but you can do whatever geometry you want. This one will take some practice, but you've got this, or at least you have 50 other points to fall back on. And that was it. I'm currently on my way to Grandmaster Godhood, and I know so many people are intimidated by the combat achievements, but you are all so very capable. The biggest obstacle is telling yourself that you totally can do these. I hope that this video was a help to you, and again, if it was, I'd love if you subscribed. I hope that you all get the fanciest Slayer helms that you want. I will see you next time, and thank you so very much for watching.